Good morning and happy December 3rd. Today we're going to be talking about human interaction with our environment and our modifications that we make to the environment. As humans, we do this a lot. Just on Tuesday, we were talking about natural resources and how many natural resources we harvest to make sure that our way of life we're capable of it, right? So today we're just going to dive deeper into human interaction. This was one of our 5 themes of geography that we talked about the first week of school, okay? So let's just talk about how we make changes. Americans especially, we have always modified our environment to suit our needs. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Do we need places to live? Yes. But is it what's best for the environment? We don't know, okay, guys? This all began by us cutting our trails through wilderness so then we could go from the east side of our continent over to the west side, and we could travel and kind of settle those areas, okay? We also removed those trees for farmland and homes, all right? So trails, farmland, homes. We modified our environment in order to live in that environment, okay? So this all kind of started when we started heading west. Our early American settlers started heading west. We provided instructions and guidance on how to get there, okay? However, we had to modify that environment in order to do it. Early settlers predicted major changes in the New World, okay? So here's a good quote. The time is not distant when those wild forests, trackless plains, untrodden valleys will present one grand scene of continuous improvements. When those vast forests shall have disappeared before the hardy pioneer, those extensive plains shall abound in innumerable herds of domestic animals. Those fertile valleys shall groan under the weight of their abundant products. Guys, so basically what this is saying is, hey, wow, like this is all unsettled land. We have, there's forests, there's valleys, there's all these places, but eventually we're going to kind of change that and change the outlook of it because we're going to be living there, okay? I think that this part right here, grown under the weight of their abundant products, that kind of speaks to the fact that we are changing our environment and sometimes not for the better. So just back to the history of our Westward Movement. In 1843, about 800 pioneers headed west along what was called the Oregon Trail, okay? Between the years 1847 and 1850, 43,000 Mormon pioneers traveled the Oregon and California trails to escape persecution and harassment, all right? And in 1848, more pioneers headed west, clearing forests and searching for gold. So guys, we know that our country, it was like the late 1700s when we became our own, United States of America. It took another 100 years or so 75 years for us to start expanding to the west, because at that point we only had our 13 colonies, right, in the late 1700s. But by 1843 we needed more space, so people started expanding. They wanted to find their own land. We see some groups like the Mormons, 43,000 of them moved out west to escape some religious persecution and harassment, because that is a lesser known religion at that point, okay? So some positive and negative effects of modifying our environment. Okay, the more people that live in an area, the more that we will have to modify to meet their needs. We'll need more places to live. We'll need more food. We'll need more area to travel. Okay. One way people modify the environment is by clearing forests. Now that sometimes is to make farms, houses, and other buildings. Negative effects. We have global warming, guys, okay? We know that we are dealing with greenhouse gas emissions and soil erosion and increased salt content in the soil. This is all because we have modified the land around us. The positives, though, okay? We have productive farmland. We can grow our own food. We have rooms for homes and businesses, okay? We have to have a place to live, all right? But isn't it more important to find a balance between these, okay? That's what we'll be looking at later this week. So improving life in the Southwest. This is some good examples of how we have modified, okay, the land around us to fit our needs. They built a lot of dams, okay, and irrigation systems so that communities can have water. Because in the Southwest, remember, that's like where our deserty or steppe climate is, where there's not a lot of rain and water, okay? So because we have these dams and irrigation systems, that really saves the land in that area. Many water storage systems provide water to over 60 million people in that area. The Hoover Dam was built on the Colorado River to it provides electricity, it controls flooding, and it stores water for irrigation. Okay, so guys, these are ways that we have modified the land around us to make it work for our living needs. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Some good ingenuity. So we've also modified because we need technology, right? We have produced all this technology. So some negative aspects of that would be producing and using technology. It does cause air and water and heat and noise pollution. Old technology creates a lot of waste, like old computers, old even like gaming systems being in landfills. Non-renewable resources like gold are used in technology production. So when we just get rid of old technology, are we wasting those resources? But the positive aspect, guys, there's always that positive side. You guys wouldn't be able to even view me right now. We wouldn't know what to do during this pandemic for our education if we didn't have technology, okay? Technology does produce new materials and products that don't damage the environment. A lot of times we can be more sustainable with technology. It also allows for the study of the environment, and conservation efforts can be researched using technology. All right, that is it today. Go ahead and complete your show it on Buzz, and make sure you are caught up on your daily geography. I did upload the grade for your climate project onto Progress Book. So if you wanted to ask about your actual grade, please just let me know. Okay. Have a wonderful day, guys.